So, update on the Nissan. I went to put Freon in it, and apparently this truck was in some sort of wreck. So I'm trying something experimental. And instead of going by a new AC line for it, I just took this one out and I re-bent it again. It used to run along through here, and it came out right there, and it rubbed a nice hole in it. So we went down and got some copper tubing, and I j-bwelded it. And j-bweld, it should work because it'll fail. Let's see, it can withstand temperatures minus 67 Fahrenheit. So this thing does not get that cold. But the other update on it. So, I mean, it didn't take me very long to get the interior back in it and the carpet all cleaned as much as I could. I didn't hook up the stereo. It was a mess in there. And I'm not gonna run that stereo. I don't even like the Sony Explode stuff. So I'll probably end up getting another Kenwood for it. And you remember I started it for you. And it had a nice exhaust leak. No more exhaust leak. Fix that thing. That thing was a pain. So I got that fixed last night, and then it was still leaking a little bit, so I went to tighten it, and it broke. It broke again, so I got up at like 7 o'clock this morning and went and dropped this part of the exhaust, loosened up all the bolts and all that stuff. And the Nissan bolts are just, the stock bolts are just really weak. I mean, I put barely any pressure on the bolt up here, and it just snapped, started leaking again. But either the head or the exhaust manifold is warped. So I did something I normally never do, is I put 2 gaskets on it. So I doubled it up, and it seems to be working okay. This right here, that's not the original bolt that goes into that thing, is huge. I had to tap it out to a 12 millimeter, and I could only go in so far. So I mean, it's not insanely tight, but it's snug, but it's working. And then the bolt that's up here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, that one right there, that bolt came out of a Dodge, but it was the right thread, and I had to cut a little bit off of it. And the spacers that were on this, I don't know if they were stock or not, but they didn't work. They didn't push it close enough. So I had to put the original spacers on, 2 washers on these. And on, I think, this one right here, I had to do all that. And then after I got everything all nice and snug, this bolt right here became loose. All the washers started moving, so I tightened it down a little bit more. Then I went back around, tightened them all back up. And then I would tighten this one down a little bit more. And I did that until these washers wouldn't move, so I'm hoping it holds. It should. But yeah, I'm trying to be cheap. Oh, there you go. You can see the 2 washers. There's the original spacer behind the 2 washers. And same with that one over there. That one right there is another bolt out of a Dodge. So I figure since it's a Dodge part, should be okay. Oh, I just realized I'm missing a screw for the valve cover. And I say screw because they take a Phillips. So let's see. Let's see if this... come on. Let's see if I can't get this one in there. Oh, don't fall. Come on. So now, let's see, what did I do with all that? There it is. AutoZone has been my best friend. And O'Reilly's. If AutoZone didn't have it, O'Reilly's did. Oh, that's fitting quite nice. So when the other one broke, the other exhaust bolt, when it broke again, I just put a different stud in it. I shouldn't have drilled out that other one like I did, to where I'd have to tap it at 12 millimeters. What I should have done is waited and got the correct drill bits, drilled into it, and then used my little tap out. This is the second time when this one down here broke. All I did is drill into it with a small drill bit, got it started where I wanted it, went back into it with a little bit bigger one, and then I put my bolt out onto my screwdriver handle, and I was able to back it all the way out. Nice and easy. I'm sure I'm going to take this valve cover off and readjust the valves, because I hear a little bit of tapping in it, and I got to do an oil change, and I'm going to run some sea foam in it. In the oil, I'll probably put some in the gas tank, run some through the intake and all that good stuff. Wonder if it's missing any more. Oh, and this spark plug right here was just, it was loose. Because after I got it and it wasn't leaking, I could hear a little poof, poof, poof. So I started checking them, and that one right there was loose. The other ones were fine. But let me tell you, excuse my language, but this was a pain in the ass. Anything else goes wrong with this engine, I'm just gonna rip it out and put another Nissan V6 in it. I know that sounds wild, but I'd rather replace the engine than do anything else. I mean, I still got a whole bunch of crap in there because, like I said, it's been sitting on our own farm. And we'll blow that out real quick. Hold the breath. So I'll end up taking it to work and then asking the Kenworth shop if I can use their pressure washer, wash it all down and everything. But I'll get back to you guys on this little fix. I mean, it should fix it, and I should get AC back. I'm not going to put any Freon in it till later, till this stuff is fully cured, because you can see, come on, focus. Well, let's see, I'm going to go right there, and you can see I'm still leaving. It's still pretty soft. You can see that mark there from my nail. But I let it set like this for an hour before I put it on. Everything is nice and tight. And I believe the PSI on it is like 20 some odd hundred pounds of pressure or something like that it'll take. That's the update on the Nissan.